I just really like coffee. Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of GOW, Gears of Warcraft, where I discuss everything World of Warcraft, anything that's on my mind, something that's been bugging me, something I want done, all that good stuff, basically anything I feel like talking about. So, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is how important are professions. This is going to be basically the main topic of the video. How important are professions in, especially right now, Mists of Pandaria? How important are they, but how important are they in general? Because there's a lot to choose from. Gathering professions, I think, are very good for leveling, basically because you can basically do them along the way. It gives you something to do. It's like, oh, well, I have herbalism, and there's some, what's it called, moonshade or something. Trying to think of I guess there's moonshade, or I have first aid and I killed this guy for a quest and he dropped a netherweave cloth, so that will help make some netherweave bandages. So those kind of professions are good for the leveling experience. I think that professions where you have to create something, like blacksmithing, I would even say mining, because I think mining goes with blacksmithing. You mine, you get ores, and then you smelt them into bars, and then you use those bars to create things in blacksmithing. Those are always usually my main go-to professions. Like, I have a paladin. Anyone that wears basically plate or mail armor, I'd use a paladin. If you're like a obviously leather working. And those are, I really shouldn't use the swivel chair. Jeez, this is entertaining me too much. But, yeah, I think that professions are good. They're definitely something to do if you really get bored. I've been there before. I've gotten on and I've been like, alright, well, I don't feel like leveling my pally. My Death Knight is... I really don't feel like doing Raid Finder right now. So I got on my mount, flew outside of Orgrimmar, and I literally did my blacksmithing and mining all night. Just from midnight until 5 in the morning. I just mined and I blacksmithed, and that's what I did. And the time passed really fast because I'm really trying to get my mining and my blacksmithing up without spending as least gold as possible. And I mean, that's what professions are based around. It's making money. Like, I leveled my pally 1 to 60. Don't have anywhere near enough money to get my flight license to be able to fly in Northrend. Don't even have a mount yet. I have like something like 350 gold, and that's just not going to cut it. Even on my my Death Knight, my level 90, I think I have only 1,300 gold. I have 1,300 gold right now, so I really need to get my professions. And if you want to level your professions from 1 to 600 really quick, there's a shit ton of stuff that you can buy on the auction house in order to get there really fast without basically needing to do half of the work that you would need to do. Because right now I'm just getting copper, getting tin, getting bronze, selling the bars, turning the ores into bars, selling them on the auction house, getting gold here and there, waiting for it. Sometimes I picked up a bunch of netherweave cloths. I'm selling all those on the auction house, and I always sell way lower than people just to kind of guarantee myself a sale. I think that's the way to do it. I don't go too low. I go let's say there's a guy with, okay, I'm going to sell 20 mage weave cloths for 20 gold, and I have a stack of 20 mage weave cloths. I'm going to sell them for 17 or 18 gold. It's just what I do. And then in the 24 hours that auction's up, there may be somebody that comes and is like, all right, I'm going to sell it for 15. It's really just pick a number in my head for me. I mean, I don't know how you guys go about doing that. I don't really have, basically the only professions I've ever done. I mean, on my druid, I do have alchemy, and I have messed around with that a bit. Cooking, something I definitely like to do. Archaeology, I'm never going to do, just because that's just a pain in the ass. I've heard from plenty of other people that archaeology, while it can be fun, it's just a lot more grindy in terms of a profession. You've got to fly around and just do nothing for a while and just look for shit. Which it had the if it was, I think it could have been done better. I guess I should say, in a sense that it. I'm trying to think how I could put this. I don't know. I just it would be something that would interest me. Archaeology sounds really cool, like digging up stuff that's like from like it kind of gives you a history of like, all right, well, I found the freaking arm of an old, like how archaeology is now. It's like, all right, I found a T-Rex head. That's awesome. That's historical. But I just don't think it is as appealing as it could be, because it is interesting to me. Like, I would love to do it, but the implementation was not there. It just wasn't. And skinning, I've never done, although that is a great profession to have when you're leveling up, because I'm pretty sure almost every animal, like every non-human or like an orc or something like that, like a boar, any basically animal in the game, I'm pretty sure that you fight, you can skin. So that's good. That's just along with the GOW. You're going to be killing plenty of excuse me, my nose there was bothering me. It had an itch. You're going to be killing plenty of monsters, killing plenty of this, that, freaking, just killing a lot of shit, basically. There's a lot of Slade quests. That's good. I got my first aid actually up. I forget what it was. I think my first aid on my Death Knight is really high. I think I'm up to Frostweave. I'm not sure. That's not that high anymore, but it was at the time. At the time that I originally got it to that level. It might even be higher than Frostweave. I'm not positive. I don't think I did any first aid leveling through Cataclysm. And my mining and blacksmithing are still like ridiculously low. I got to work on those still. But as far as other professions go, cooking, I think I'd definitely do only if I was like a mage or a warlock where you can drop food in a raid, because that's definitely helpful. I guess other things such as what other professions are there? Alchemy, I think, is necessary for a druid. I know I mentioned alchemy earlier, but I do think it's necessary because just, I don't know, it kind of suits the style of a druid. I would say that alchemy definitely would work. Even for a mage, alchemy works. Basically any spellcaster, I think. Same with cooking. Fishing, I know they have fishing events all the time. Not really interested. Make sure if you do mining and blacksmithing, though, that you buy a blacksmithing hammer and a mining axe, because it automatically increases your mining by 10. So, like, if your blacksmithing's if your mining's 90, and you need to get to 100 to like level up or like learn how to mine newer stuff, you basically, it gives you that extra 10 to be able to go learn that. It'll say like 90, but then plus 10 in green at the top. So that's good. Another thing is, I definitely do think that, I think the professions aren't, I don't want to even say they're necessary, because they're not, but I feel that they're required to have a comfortable amount of gold, because it's like, sure, you can go through the whole game without a flying mount, but you don't know how many times in Mist of Pandaria where I hopped on my flying mount and hit the spacebar and was like, why am I returning to the ground? Because I'm so used to flying, and I do think eventually that taking a griffin from place to place is a pain in the ass. You can get places easier when you're in control. Even to this day, when I fly from Stormwind to, or was it like somewhere near the Burning Steeps? I'm not sure where it was. Or I don't even think it was the Burning Steeps, but anyway, it was like somewhere that's before the Burning Steeps, but it takes you into it. I forget the name of the location off the top of my head, but it would like take me all the way to Dunmoreau, and then just fuck around there a little bit, and then just fly back around, like almost back to Goldshire. It would be like literally, I would leave the Griffin from Stormwind. I would go out and smoke a cigarette and like make a phone call and come back, and it was still flying. I was like, Jesus. So I do think professions are necessary. I gotta work on my profession for my paladin to be able to get this flight license, because I desperately am tired of riding my horse through Like I've been googling how to get from place to place, just because it's like I could easily, like, there's mountains in the way on the border of most of the areas, so it's like, all right, well, if I had my flight license, I could just fly right over it. No, but I don't have any professions, and I didn't loot enough stuff, and I don't have enough gold to do that. So, either for the time being, I'm just gonna push through it and just do it the way that I can, or I'm gonna get my mining up as high as I can, sell stuff on the auction house, and hopefully, in as little time as possible, have enough gold to get my flight license. And it's not just getting gold for flight licenses, it's getting money for anything. Anything you'll need, even in endgame or along the way, during progression, gear. I mean, you really shouldn't buy gear off the auction house. You really shouldn't. It's 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 gonna be replaced very quickly, and that's one of the mistakes that I made when I started playing World of Warcraft. Was I would buy, like, I'd be like level 40, I'd be like going to the auction. I just thought it was like the Target, like the Walmart of like World of Warcraft. Like anything you need, there's the place to get it. And that's in the reality, that's just not how it goes. You want to get your gear through dungeons, and even that's going to be replaced with the next quest that you pick up or anything like that. So it's just not worth the gold that you spend. It's like, okay, this guy's selling tyrannical gear from my Death Knight that he got somehow, that didn't bind on him, so he was able to sell it, but he wants 10,000 gold for it. Yeah, let's not do that, because that is, number one, ridiculous, and number two, if I don't PvP, which I don't, I really hate PvP, mainly because I'm terrible at it. I'm not going to lie, I am terrible at PvP. I would much rather pull a shit ton of mobs on my paladin and watch them die than get ganked by somebody 2 levels below me because I cannot PvP properly. So PvP gear, yeah, I might get it because it looks cool, but in the end, I do think that raid gear it looks cooler. Although I'm not very satisfied with the tiers. It's either tier 15 or tier 16 gear that they have now. I'm not, for Death Knights at least. I haven't seen Paladins, but for Death Knights, I definitely do. My favorite tier, my 2 favorite tiers for Death Knights. The Scourge Lord, which was tier 10. I have my Death Knight gear that I have for it right now. It's Transmog to Scourge Lord. I actually, because like I said, I haven't raided. I just started raiding in Mist of Pandaria. But what I did was, I saw a guy in trade chat one night, and I'm so happy I did. I responded. It was this guy in trade chat. He wanted to do an ICC run, an Ice Crown Citadel run, and he said, looking for DPS for Ice Crown Citadel run, for ICC run in trade chat. And I went in trade chat, and I was like, I'll do it. I'm a Death Knight, DPS, Frost. And he invited me to the group, and we went and ran it in a 10-man. We only had 6 people. And we went and ran Heroic Ice Crown Citadel, and when you're all 90s, it's fairly easy, even on Heroic. I mean, it's really easy. We didn't die at all. So I got a bunch of marks of sanctification, and we downed the Lich King, which was awesome, because that's always what I've wanted to do, because Lich King's my favorite expansion by far. Just, I don't know why, it's just, that's definitely my favorite expansion. So I got a bunch of Vanquisher's marks, and I know you guys are going to call me stupid for this, but I did a shitload of heroics to get the justice points to be able to fly to Dalaran and get the Scourge Lord armor, because believe it or not, they still sell tier 10 sets, even though they're that far back in Dalaran, so I bought them and then sanctified them, and instead of the purple guys, I got the blue guys now. It looks pretty sick. My other favorite tier is, I believe it's tier 13. It's the Cataclysmic from Cataclysm, the Death Knight tier. I think that's really sick. It's the Magma Plated. I think, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's got the horns on the side that come like down here, and it's got like you can either get like blue fire or regular color fire, and I thought that was really cool, that guy. But the one thing I didn't like about Cataclysm was how we had to switch to Frost for Death Knights just to do DPS because I wasn't going Unholy. I don't know why. I might try it out just to explore everything. I still to this day don't see many Death Knight tanks, and yeah, I liked Blood Death Knights. I like doing Blood DPS way better than Frost. I mean, majority of the same abilities. I mean, it speaks for itself. But I'm not trying to make this a long video. I kind of got off topic with talking about PvP and gear and all that, but that's basically my main focus for playing the game. I'm probably going to hop on now, even though it's 2 in the morning, see if any of my friends are on. Obviously, I made this, I'm putting up a lot of content. This will go up. I just want to keep the content going to show that, like, I'm back. I hit this spurt with my channel where, like, I'd upload a video. 3 months later, I'd upload a video. 2 months later, I'd upload. It was like, it's almost like I was just living my normal life, and it's like, oh wait, dummy, you have a YouTube channel. You have nothing to do. Why don't you sit and talk to a camera? Why don't you sit and do gameplay commentary? Which I do have a lot of gameplay commentary. If you guys like that kind of stuff, I'm a mixed mash channel. I know a lot of channels these days are just centered around one thing, which is a good thing and a bad thing because it gives you the opportunity to, if you're good at what you do, you attract basically anyone that likes World of Warcraft will probably like Hobbs. Will probably like watching Hobbs. Anyone that likes Minecraft will probably like watching Captain Sparkles, or anyone that does Minecraft. Anyone that likes PC gaming will probably like Hutch now because that's basically all he's doing, or CNanners. But yeah, just like those kind of people. Now they're not all centered around one game, but my channel's just kind of like whatever I feel like, whatever entertains me, whatever I feel like playing. I do have PS3. Hit me up on PS3 if you want to play. It's Gears of Gore XX, same as my YouTube channel. And I wanted to do the Last of Us gameplay with my PVR, but I have to figure out how to hook it up to the Mac because I have it on my HP. And that thing runs like a piece of crap. Anyway, guys, that's today's video, the second one of the day. I hope you're happy with the content I'm putting out. I don't really know if any of the people that are subscribed to me, A, still watch the videos that I put up, or B, even like World of Warcraft. But regardless, I'm going to keep making these videos. I hope you guys like them. And I also have, if you haven't seen it, I mean, it's old news, but it's the only other actually, there's 2 World of Warcraft centered videos that I have on my channel, and one of them is a review of Cataclysm from way before I even knew what the fuck I was talking about. And I still kind of don't, but I know a lot more because I've been playing a lot more WoW, and I've been watching a lot more videos, and just I know a lot more about it. I was just basically saying like, oh yeah, I bought this and I like World of Warcraft, so yeah, it's good. Now I would say that I really thought that was the most boring expansion ever. Just because I got geared for heroics, this was basically me and Cataclysm's relationship. I got geared for I leveled from 80 to 85. I got geared for heroics, did like 1 heroic dungeon, and then just didn't play again. Just that was it. That's it. So I wouldn't watch. I mean, you can watch that review. I mean, I was a lot younger. It was from when it came out. It was from 3 years ago, so I was 15. And I mean, yeah, it was all right. But and the other video I have is my Ding 85. It's just like a 3-minute video that I made with Fraps, and it's where I literally, it's not even a cool ding. I don't know why I uploaded it at the time. It's literally me handing in a quest and then leveling to 85. Got a lot more views than I thought it would. Anyway, I didn't want this video to go over 20 minutes. It's nearing that. I actually intended for it to be 5, but again, I have ADD, and any thought that pops in my head, that's worthy of talking about, or even if it isn't, I'm going to talk. Sorry about the music. There's no music in the background. I don't know, I was doing stuff on my phone here. But I hope you guys like the new intro. It's something that I just put together just to have something to kind of lead you guys in the background. Or just to lead you guys into each video. So I hope you guys like it, and thanks for watching.